Yeah, there you go. I was just looking for the one. That's probably not even it. That is actually moving still. Out of all of these Magellan's fibres. You see how the others are not moving? And that wasn't until I gave it a prod. You see how delicate appreciate the delicacy with which I'm doing this. Checking out each and every one of them. Look at that moving now. Why aren't the others moving like that? Why wasn't that moving like that until I prodded it? And all of these other ones, they could be random material or they could be Magellan's. And the only way to be sure is to see this type of evidence. Look at it. Look at it. I'll give it another little knock around. It might not like. They don't like really being bullied on the outside. Because I've been trying to check out all of these and see. Just to get one of them to come to life. Because that there proves that any and all of this. It doesn't matter if it's lifeless. It doesn't mean it's not the stuff, but this is the confirmation that all of this stuff just looks exactly like that. And I've enough reason to suspect that the majority, potentially all of it, is actually Magellan's. I know for sure this original dark little ball is. I don't know where it's gone now, but I've basically just worked. I mean, I've had a real thorough clean wash, and after that, the inside of my eyes are much easier to reach, and I can feel little bits of this stuff. And there was a ball, a big ball somewhere, and there's that little structure. I mean, you see how much there is of it though. There's so much of it, and to make a sure identification, it would need inspecting case by case, or just it'd be obvious because you know your fingers were clean and everything was clean and where it came from. I've lost focus now. Not in general, I mean the camera. For anybody starts going down that he's delusional type. Now you see that white thing? Probably nothing. Because it don't normally look like that. It hasn't got. It doesn't really kink at any stage. It's probably just. It could even be just a hair. Who knows? But anyway, I'm just trying to get rid of that. Okay. I'd like to find this great big ball that was on there in the beginning. I think it might have gone. But anyway, you saw that snake, and you see all this stuff is the same, and none of this was on my finger before I rubbed my eye after a real nice proper clean wash a few minutes ago. And then there's that stuff on the outside. If I can get it into focus, maybe transfer it onto there. Have a look. See what we've got. See, I'm not just blindly, wishful thinkingly saying, oh, that's it. It's as totally objective and real as you could get. These diagnoses I make solidly based, and like, for example, this here, I'll have a look at this right now. I'm just having a look. I could have a much better look with the loupe, but I'm looking through the camera, which isn't a good camera, and for this task it's appalling. Otherwise I'd be able to fix a lens on here, have a tool ready and stir everything up and see it so clearly, make a decision pretty quick whether there was any point trying to look for movement. But any end could suddenly come to life like a snake, but you see at the moment it's not. So people can't say, they just cannot say with any credibility, oh, things just move around, as an explanation for why that other one I showed was a real snake. And I could maybe give that a prod, like I did before. It's just difficult to keep this camera in focus and see what happens. I'm not drawing any conclusions about this particular bit of fibre here at the moment. I'm just suspecting it as a potential nanostructure, dead or alive. If I don't see any life, I won't conclude that it is. I won't even assume that it is. I'll just consider it might be. But I've a feeling, I really have a feeling that somewhere in here there is some sort of nano. I mean, look at the end of the shape. Yeah, look, see, I swear that's moving. That thing. Get it in focus a bit. It must be, because I'm keeping this so very still, and the distance between those two, yeah, there's clearly movement there, and it's got that distinctive shape. There's a very distinctive shape. I've talked about it before. It's darker, it's always visibly darker at the very tip, the moving tip, that's got like the snout type, and that's very straight, and that veers upwards into a little sort of like forehead type, and then it goes down into a neck, a short neck, which goes into a longer neck, and there's that kink in the same place. Now, if I could have a free finger from that, I could probably agitate this a little bit. Let me see, I think I've... See what I mean, look. Wasn't doing that before I agitated it. Could even be moving at this end as well. Look at that. And again, exactly the same conditions. No sudden gust causing this. It's the agitation of the intelligent life forms known as Morgellons. Which everybody has. Everybody has this stuff. I'd be showing this stuff so much more clearly with the iPad I was using before when I shot my previous videos, most of which aren't uploaded onto YouTube currently. Although I have them here in the same quality, recovered. I mean, that looks like random blowing around, but there's nothing blowing anything around. That's the structure's independent movement. I'll try and show it in some way where you can see something independent. I'll give it a few little nudges and stand it up. Look, we've got that look. This is the rate this stuff is just painlessly, without any cuts, just teeming out of my body now, since I've discovered a frequency 6,000 Hertz. I truly believe, by experience and observation, to be so powerful and fast at removing this stuff. But you don't want to be doing that initially, because you must take this process slowly. It's taken 2 years to build up to the point where, I mean, look, this, you saw that original snake, and look at these 3 things now moving, the way they're moving. That original snake, that first one I stirred into life, nobody can deny that that was, you know, you really, seriously, you cannot be credible and intellectual and just explain it. I mean, look, there's that other little one, you see that one down there underneath? The whole thing is coming to life like a little movie, but in no sort of random way. There's that little thing down nearer my fingers. Look at that. Unbelievable. I suspected, I just rubbed my eye out, I had clean fingers, clean eyes, clean everything. I didn't even use a towel after washing my face. And I just rubbed a load of this stuff that I can always feel out from in the corners of my eye and the creases. And I had a look at my finger and I saw so much stuff. I thought, my God, could all of this be nanophiles? See that little one down there, how much it's moved? And these ones, if I give them a little bit of agitation, they'll move differently. You see that, how many ends have come to life? I don't know if I'm going to film anymore because I'm getting tired now. I just wanted to show that what looks at first glance like total inanimate random just bits of fluff, I've shown enough evidence to support this as it's not just credible, it is incredible, but there's different definitions of incredible. Independent life that was not visible at all until I went around and individually agitated each fibre. I mean, look at that one there. Tell you what, I'll try and zoom in. And see if we can get a close up on it. It's not very good, this camera close up. It's a dark background. You see that kink? See what I mean about that particular kink there? And there is a slightly whiter glow. This one appears white, so there's a whiter glow at the tip. The movement's more subtle, yes. I don't know what that is. Like I say, I don't know. I'd have to have a look. There's so much of this stuff to focus on though. Look, that end's moving, you see what I mean? Distinctive, repetitive wiggle.